Welcome to Pinkline Harbor. Your target is billionaire Larry Pinkstock. He's on board the big cruise ship in the bay. You can't miss it.
When I sat down to play High on Life 2 for the first time, I was optimistic but also slightly skeptical. I'm hardly alone when I say that I love the first one. It was a rare example of a genuinely funny game, and it happened to be an excellent first-person shooter to boot. But making sequels to comedies is no sure thing. Just look at the very long list of great comedy films that got bad follow-ups. So how would a video game comedy sequel fare?
Thanks for coming by. Check out the merch. All totally legal.
If the hour of High on Life 2 I played is any indication, it's got a great chance to be as funny as, and possibly even more fun on the gameplay side than, the 2022 original. In that hour alone, I wandered around a beautiful beachside alien town.
This sandcastle is being condemned for being a public safety hazard.
Met a semi-depressed new gun named Travis and got completely wasted with him.
Fuck yeah! Just you and me, baby!
Impressed some alien teenagers with my skateboarding skills. Circumcised a giant alien phallus with a laser.
That could work.
Yes, you heard me correctly. Stole the fedora from the 1996 movie Dunston Checks In. Look it up.
I need that fedora. It's perfect. Think about how good it would look on me.
Tried unsuccessfully to solve a murder mystery.
Look alive, soldier.
And bounty hunted a billionaire who, yes, did meet his demise.
Seriously, am I a criminal now?
Did I laugh along the way? Yup. Is the first-person shooter combat improved over the original? Certainly. Did I appreciate the variety of gameplay within this small slice of the campaign? Most definitely yes. Like I said, I went in optimistic, but when my demo ended, I was more excited than ever for High on Life 2's February 13th, 2026 release.
Everybody, time out! Time out! It's Gessie! She's breaching.
God, she's beautiful. So we love too.
I began in Pinkline Harbor, a beach town with a bar, a skate shop, a bar and grill overlooking the sea, and more. It didn't take long for me to find trouble as a pair of fellow bounty hunters accosted me and eventually recognized me as a mark with a big bounty on my own head.
No avoiding it, I guess. Take him out. Time bubble breath.
After taking them out, the bottleneck was clear and I was free to explore the harbor. This gave me my first taste of High on Life 2's new traversal mechanic, skateboarding.
Oh shit! Thanks, dude!
I've played a lot of first-person shooters in my day, but I'm not sure I've ever played an FPS with skateboarding in it until now. And I have to say, I love how developer Squanch Games has implemented it here. It's basically your run function. When you press the sprint button, your outlaw hero deploys their board and starts riding. You can grind on rails to really get around the open play spaces faster, and you've got momentum like an actual skateboard does too, allowing you to catch air if you're skating in, say, an empty pool on a cruise ship. I'm really interested to see how the skateboarding gets utilized throughout the campaign. I already saw it incorporated into a basic puzzle in my demo. After solving that simple locked door puzzle with the help of my skateboard, I cruised into Pink Belly's bar and grill and met Travis, a down-on-his-luck alien, who happens to be a gun, who's getting drunk at the bar after a fight with his wife.
My wife just ditched me over an argument, and now I've got to go on a very expensive weekend cruise all by myself!
It's here we see a welcome tweak to the first High on Life. You now have dialogue choices for each of your gun characters. If you choose one that's from a different gun than what you're holding, you'll put that gun away and take out the one whose response you've chosen. This allows for plenty of funny options, and while I wouldn't say this alone encourages replayability, if you do happen to run through High on Life 2 more than once, at least you can ensure that you won't hear all of the exact same dialogue.
Forget about her. Barkeep, 2 shots pronto.
You've got to keep Travis happy as you pretend to be his drinking buddy as he's got a spare ticket for the cruise ship that you need to get aboard, since that's where your target, the billionaire Larry Pinkstock, is believed to be. And so there's a literal happy-o-meter at the top of the screen that you'll fill by dancing in a DDR-like minigame,
You're a natural.
playing darts while hammered, and drawing a portrait of Travis.
Should we send this to Jan after you're done? She might want to see it.
Naturally, this leads to a bar fight and you vomiting and blacking out and waking up on the beach.
I feel like we really connected here.
Did my actions during any part of this gameplay sequence seem to really matter? Not really, but did I laugh throughout it? Absolutely. Naturally, getting aboard the ship isn't as easy as simply walking onto it. You'll need to fight your way through some more bounty hunting bad guys. This battle gives you a good sense of how traversal, from the skateboard to using knifey as a grappling hook, is organically woven into combat. If you keep moving, you'll be tough to bring down, particularly when you mix in frequent use of each gun's special attack. They're each on a cooldown, so you can't spam them. Combat definitely feels more layered in this sequel than it did in the first game. In other words, you've got more options at your disposal in any given encounter, and that's a good thing. Once aboard the ship, called the Pinkline Panacea, you'll need to give up your guns at the security checkpoint before enjoying the perks of your VIP ticket, which includes the highlight of the evening, a murder mystery party. Thus, getting dressed up for the big event is a must, so Travis buys you both wild, matching Austin Powers-looking purple suits from a vendor who looks suspiciously like an alien version of John Waters.
Look at them, they're perfect!
Anyway, I needed to get my friends, aka my guns, back, and so Travis and I wandered into Pinkstock's museum to search for them. We didn't find them, but we did find the fedora worn by Dunston the orangutan in Dunston Checks In, which Travis instantly becomes obsessed with.
Oh my god, they have a fedora exhibit?
So, how to get it for him without alerting security? Well, as luck would have it, the adjacent museum piece is a giant alien phallus, set up for museum patrons to circumcise using the circumcision laser. I won't spoil the puzzle solution, but let's just say that yes, I did get Travis that fedora, and acquiring it was a very funny process.
Go ahead and use those buttons to control my circumcision laser. It's fun.
More exploration of the ship led us to the Lido deck, where a gang of unruly teens had managed to get their hands on knifey. And in a clear, humorous nod to Tony Hawk, the teens agreed to return knifey if I showed off my skateboarding skills by collecting the letters scattered around the deck that happened to spell out the word gonads. LOL. And as you can already see, High on Life 2 is chock full of variety, and I haven't even told you about the best part of my demo yet.
All right, we're impressed.
You know what? You're pretty cool.
I made my way back to the cabin and passed out before the party. Once we woke up and got to the VIP Murder Mystery Bash, I found 4 strange fellow guests, and soon our mysterious host appeared. I expected a very light bit of clue gathering in this sequence, and if that's all it had been, High on Life 2 still would have earned points in my book for continuing to mix up the gameplay. However, developer Squanch Games had other ideas. The murder mystery is no joke, both tonally and difficulty-wise. The team clearly took this section very seriously, and as such, you'll need to talk to all 4 suspects repeatedly, scour the room for both obvious and hidden clues, make notes in your on-screen notepad, and eventually not just accuse one of the 4, but have collected enough evidence and made enough connections to establish a motive and credibly pin the crime on one of them. I'm purposely not showing you any of this because I don't want to spoil any of it for you, but I'll admit that while I did end up accusing the correct person, I hadn't solidly established a motive, and thus, I failed to solve the murder mystery. I can't wait to play this again in the final version of the game in order to take another crack at it.
Hello, my esteemed guests.
Seriously, am I a criminal now? Am I gonna die?
I escaped the murder mystery via a water slide that took me down to the lower deck. This led to another big battle where I got to test out another new weapon in High on Life 2, the Flint Turtles. They're temporary use pickups in the practical sense, and in the literal sense, they're adorable reptiles who happen to breathe fire, making for convenient single-use flamethrowers. One mini-boss fight and a few more rounds of regular combat later, and I found myself at the end of my demo in a proper boss fight against Craig, the leader of the bounty hunter gang that had been harassing me throughout my demo. Craig proved to be a pretty traditional first-person shooter boss foe. He had attack patterns to learn and weak moments where I could really let him have it. I wouldn't say this fight was better than the excellent boss battles in the first High on Life, but it was an engaging enough encounter.
Now you're abusing your pet, huh? Oh!
Your skin is so nice.
He's another legend of Birmingham.
All told, I was pleasantly surprised by my hour with High on Life 2. Not surprised that it was good, to be clear, I expected that, but rather delighted by just how nicely the gameplay has evolved from the first game and how much smart, funny, and unexpected variety there was throughout the gameplay. I wasn't simply shooting the entire time, far from it. If the whole of High on Life 2 matches what my 1 hour slice brought to the table, then it's going to be a very welcome addition to Xbox, including Game Pass on day one, PC, and PS5. For more on High on Life 2, don't miss our exclusive IGN First gameplay, and for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
Yeah, baby, let's do this! Just you and me against the world! Forget about my old life! I'm here to party forever and never think about my old life ever again! And, oh yeah, you can try to find your friends too. I guess you could do that as well.